What's up, everybody? How you all doing? We're back again with another one, and today we're checking out "Bring Me the Horizon." It's called Doomed. It's the Maphra vocal cover. I've never heard of Maphra, but we're about to check her out for the first time right here, right now. Of course, I've heard of Bring Me the Horizon. I've heard of them. I've heard that band before, but I reacted to him about a year or about 2 years ago, and absolute phenomenal band to Bring Me the Horizons. Make sure you go over there, give them a like, share, subscribe, and also to Mathra, like, share, subscribe to her channel as well. Supporting the artist is what his reactions are all about. So that said, let's dive in to these. Let's dive into this and let's see where we go. See where we go with this. I say, straight from the beginning, a very quite deep and very tense instrumentation. Sounds very serious. Just even just with her facial expression, just completely just no real deadpan expression. Let's see where we go with this.
My wings and come lock me up. Just pull the plug, yeah, I've had enough. Tear me to pieces, sell me for parts. You're all vampires, so here you can have my heart. You can have my heart. You can have my heart. The walls of funeral, a room of ghosts. No hand of movement, no sign of pulse. Only an echo, just scanning boom. They kick the chair, but we uptie the room. You can have my heart. You can have my heart. Ooh. So come rain on my parade, 'cause I wanna feel it. Come shove me over the edge, 'cause my head is in overdrive. I'm sorry, but it's too late, and it's not worth saving. So come rain on my parade. I think we're doomed. I think we're doomed, and now there's no way back.
I think my ears are doomed. Oh. Ooh. Ouch. You know, it's like, I think from the Bring Me Horizons version of this was like, you know, there's like a massive like cinematic alternative metal track. But Martha's version right here is like the contrast between vulnerability and destructive rage, and we just got a sense of that rage just right now, just when fucking like with that scream like and just really let it out, you know, just sort of not like just going into that rage and just like that sort of that vocal shapeshift, you know, it's just come out like at the beginning like very melodic, very, you know, very smooth, just very like quite low, on like on the low pitch, kind of thing, and then all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, like the vocals just shape shifting and just went into this like like full blown rage, like what the, you know, you just see it like what in my face, like what the. So it's,
I think we're doomed, and now there's no way back.
I love the like the pause as well, just to let what she just said just marinate and just and just sit and then just pause and then she just building up to the next part. It's just I love. Wow, this is incredible. Like, share, subscribe to Maphra. Well, it's just my very first time hearing her, and what I've heard so far, absolutely wow, phenomenal. She's definitely got a set of fucking lungs on her. I'll tell you that, and just like all the vocals, be able to just be able to scream like that. I couldn't scream like that without without fucking coughing my guts up because. What a strain on the vocals and the vocal cords in the throat right there. God damn.
You must have made some kind of mistake. I asked for death, but instead I'm awake. The devil told me no room for cheats. I thought I'd sold my soul, but he could never see. You can have my heart. Don't leave a light on. I'm coming home. It's getting darker, but I'll carry on.
I really like, and at its core, like the song "Doomed" is about like doing like addiction and the feeling of being chosen for a dark fate, and the emphasis the themes are through like two distinct phases, like intimate vulnerability. That's when she's like singing like just very smooth, very low, very melodic, and then you get the emotional break, and that's where she just explodes into like this like brutal like metalcore fucking like screams. That's just incredible. Just the transition and to really tell the story. So it's really cool.
I'm coming home. It's getting darker, but I'll carry on. The sun will shine back. It never did. And when it rains, it fucking pours, but I think I like it. And you know that I'm in love with the mess. I think I like it. So
Well, I love how she just kind of held that out, that scream like okay now. I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed. I didn't know when I set this up to react to. I had no idea. But I had no idea what I was getting into. Oh wow.
I'm in love with the mess. I think I like it. So come rain on my parade, 'cause I wanna feel it. Come shove me over the edge, 'cause my head is in overdrive. I'm sorry, but it's too late, and it's now or saving. So come rain on my parade.
It's like you can't. There's no point trying to save us because it's too late because we're already doomed. It's got that. Man, that's sort of being like that, like emotionally dead inside. And when you if you feel that way in you, and you feel just emotionally dead, then you just you can't you just feel like it is. No, everything's just absolutely hopeless, and everything just feels doomed, basically. And you can't see like there's a light at the end of the tunnel, as so to speak. Because you just feel so emotionally drained from whatever was depression or whatever it was that that made it like make you like put you in that position in the first place to feel emotionally dead, and you just have no more empathy for anything. You really just given up caring about anything. You know, you just, you know what I mean? It's like nothing means anything anymore. You know, it's such a horrible way of feeling. You know, it's very. I feel this very dark. Yeah, it's going to be based like around depression, because depression can make you feel very dark, very alone, very isolated, very and emotionally dead inside. It can lead to that, and you know, and you know, and when you feel like that, it's really hard for to accept help, to see anything other than what you're feeling, because like you just become so emotionally dead that you just feel like it's hopeless and you just give up, and it's like everything is fucking doomed. It's just such a horrible a feeling of emptiness. Yeah. But
so come rain on my parade. I think we're doomed. I think we're doomed. Now there's no way back.
but also I take it like the rage is like you're feeling like it's hopeless, you feel doomed, and you feel like it's that everything's hopeless because like how you're feeling, but you feel angry at yourself for feeling that way. I think that's half of where the rage comes from, because she doesn't because you don't actually really want to be feeling this way. So you just get so annoyed at yourself for feeling the way you're feeling, because you just want to be able to feel how everybody else feels and feel happy and to feel just normal. But when you're feeling like where everything is just like emotionally dead, you don't feel like everybody else. You don't feel normal. You feel like the whole world's against you, and and then you just feel even. It just makes you feel even worse because really, like deep down, you don't really want to be feeling the way that you're feeling, and you don't. But it's crazy. It's quite difficult to explain, but it's I get it. I've been there, and it is a horrible feeling. It can be very difficult to get out, to find a way out of that feeling, and just wow, this is just incredible. I've been through it with my own personal issues, which I'm not going to go into right now. I'm not making I don't want to make this too long a video, you know what I mean? But this, it's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and and see that that there is a way out of this, from feeling this way. I think that's half of what the rage is, because you just are so like frustrated and so annoyed because you're feeling so emotionally dead and empty inside, and because really deep down you don't want to be feeling that way. But yeah, well, just what a song, Noble. Wow, just what a voice. And I love the transition between the aggressiveness and the softer of vocals. I love that transition. That's really cool.
I think we're doomed. I think we're doomed. Now there's no way back. I think we're doomed. I think we're doomed. Now there's no way back. So come rain on my parade, 'cause I wanna feel it. Come show me over the edge, 'cause my head is in overdrive. I'm sorry, but it's too late, and it's not worth saving. So
Wow, that was just absolutely just incredible, incredible. Yeah, for Maphra, that was incredible. Absolutely, just I don't know what to say. That is just, I just love that. Just the transition of like feeling like like is in intimate vulnerability and which represented through like the softer, more melodic vocals, um and then the like the emotional break, and just that like the brutal like metalcore screams like it's like the frustration and the anger, because it's just crazy. I just what a transition, it's just like, just someone who feels just like lost and dead inside. It's just, it's a horrible feeling, you know. But I think Maphra, she's done an absolutely incredible job on that. I haven't heard the original from Bring Me the Horizon, Doom. If you want me to check that out, let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, this is absolutely amazing. I really enjoyed that. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll catch you again in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now. Cheers, peace. I'm out. Peace.